What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Climb Together podcast. I have lost count of how many episodes we are at right now. I probably could.
30.
We're at 30. We are at 30. I forgot to
Yeah.
change my title. That's my bad. We're at episode 30. Yay! Good start. Good start. Anyway, I am your host Tony Scorp here with my co-host Deception the Rapper. Deception, say hi.
What's up? It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. We took last week off because Deception went on vacation. Deception, how was
Yeah.
your vacation? Was it good?
It was a great time. It was a great time. I
I'm
had a
glad.
fantastic week.
Dude, I saw pictures of where you were staying, and bro, it was beautiful.
Oh, it was great. I didn't expect it to be. I thought it was gonna be cool. But I never went there before, and it was awesome. That was a fantastic week. I definitely needed that.
Oh, I bet. I had a nice little mini vacation of myself on Monday. Nice. We had like a little bonfire and some s'mores. I Monday was my
Mini vacation. That's great.
but nonetheless, um we've got quite a bit to talk about today. We have a lot of Call of Duty stuff. Um Probably delve in some other things as well.
Oh, there's a lot.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot that has transpired over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Because Deception said, "Oh, watch, something's gonna happen while I'm on vacation." Things did happen while he was
Yeah,
on
it just
vacation.
so it just so happens, man. I knew it. I could feel it.
Yeah. So it is what it is, I guess. Alrighty. Let's just go right into it then. Deception, take the lead on this. Call of Duty 4 coming out today in like half an hour from when we're recording. 11:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, the Warzone update drops in 26 minutes.
Okay, so
Uh,
what are we looking forward to today?
well, on the Warzone side, which is the more prominent side because they've all but given up on Vanguard,
Uh-huh.
uh, is on the more prominent side on Warzone, the biggest thing of the entire update is the fact that we are getting an entirely new Warzone map.
Ooh.
Um, it's called Fortune's Keep, and it is of similar size to Rebirth. It's like
Okay.
really close. It might be a tiny bit bigger, but it's really close to the same size.
So rebirth
Um,
grinders, you're gonna have something to do.
yeah, it's gonna be the same stuff as Rebirth, same like resurgence. Right now, it's gonna be the same player count, but they're gonna see. They're evaluating the pacing with the player count of Rebirth right now, and they will increase it if they need to because they want to try to make this map match the pacing of Rebirth.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, Rebirth is a really it's the fast-paced mode of Warzone, so if they're gonna add a new map, they probably for them to keep that similar.
Yeah, they dropped the Fortune's Keep trailer and all that. It's really cool. The map is super colorful. It really reminds me of like a Blackout map. Uh, it's even more colorful than Rebirth is, which is nice.
Oh,
Um,
I like the colors. It makes me see.
yeah, it's looking good. I mean, who knows how it's gonna play, but it looks like it's gonna be pretty good. Um, we'll just have to wait and see for, as soon as this podcast's done, I'll hop in and next week we'll have a review, probably.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
also next week is my birthday podcast. Whether we do it on Wednesday or we do it on my actual birthday, I will be 19 next week.
I mean, I think we should do it on a Friday, but
I think we should, but I'll have to see how my schedule is. But but we'll have to talk about it next week. Next week's podcast is gonna be hype. You wanna know why? Because I'm
we
gonna be
gotta have another
19.
Monday meeting.
It's gonna be my last year before I leave my teens, bro.
Yeah,
A lot has happened. That's my last birthday.
that's gonna be crazy for you.
Dude, we're gonna have to do a year recap of Tone of just like what happened in my life since I turned 18.
That would
A
be
lot. A lot has
fantastic.
happened, bro. A lot has happened.
That would be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's gonna be a good podcast.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
Sure.
that.
Me
Um,
too. Maybe I'll play some games afterwards. If, I'm
finally,
probably gonna be with Riss, so I'll see if she wants to, you know, wants to do a co-stream afterwards for my birthday for a little bit. Not too long though. It's supposed to be nice. I want to be outside and join.
yeah.
Sure, she's playing. I told her last night. I'm like, because we got our schedules for next week last night, and I was like, listen, Riss, I'm not working. They're like, yeah, and I was like, oh, that's evil stuff right there. So, who knows? Who knows? I just want to have a good day. You know what I mean? I just want to have fun and a birthday
Yeah.
cake. For the past 2 years, I have not had a birthday.
Yeah, that would be nice for you.
I want a motherfucking birthday cake. Anyway, not the point. Uh, anywho,
So yeah, like with Fortune's Keep, one of the big questions that especially like me and Wyatt had because we've been
mm-hmm.
just having so much fun with Rebirth is
Yeah.
what's happening with Rebirth.
Okay.
Um,
What's happening with
Fortune's
Rebirth?
Keep is replacing Rebirth for 1 week.
So there's not gonna be Rebirth for 1 week.
Yeah, there were
I
no Rebirth playlists for 1 week, but Rebirth is coming back. They confirmed that Fortune's Keep, Rebirth, and Caldera will all be in the game.
Okay, so maybe they're taking Rebirth out so they can, test out Fortune's Keep and get those like statistics in so they can improve it. Maybe? Question mark? Question mark?
I mean, that could be it. I mean,
That would
they're
make
adding a
sense.
lot of stuff into Fortune's Keep that I think could be useful in Rebirth, so we'll see.
Cause like I feel like them at like taking away something. So like, because all those Rebirth players, they'll play Fortune's Keep if they don't have Rebirth. Why did I say?
Hopefully, if the
Why did I
map is
say
good.
right like that? I was like right, right.
I mean, if the map is good, then theoretically we'll play it, but who
Yeah,
knows? We'll have to see. It looks good, but is it gonna play good? I don't know.
that's one of those things
Um,
you just gotta play to know.
but the good thing for if Fortune's Keep happens to be bad
Mm-hmm.
is Caldera is getting massive improvements.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Got improvements.
Caldera is getting the biggest improvement of the whole map is that there's going to be 50% less vegetation.
Thank God. I feel like that's like
And
big.
they've shown pictures of it. It looks a whole lot better.
Just there's so much. There's so much. Too much. I feel
Yeah,
like
it
that's the
literally
main.
like
I feel like
I
that's
feel
the
like
main complaint
on no
too.
matter where you run on Caldera, you're just running into bushes like everywhere.
I feel like that's like the main complaint that people give is too much vegetation. So the fact that they're you know, finally addressing that right before summer too. Good idea.
Yeah, there's going to be 50% less vegetation. Um, they're bringing back Storage Town from Verdansk and putting it in Caldera.
I love Storage Town. My favorite.
And as a result of all the vegetation changes, they're actually changing a bunch of the POIs to better reflect the changes. Um, so it's not like you're just fighting out in the open now that there's no vegetation. And Storage Town being back is going to be fun. And they've added in, to also to change to reflect on the vegetation changes. They've added new micro POIs. So now, like in place of vegetation, there might be like this stray building or two everywhere. So it'll be it might make Caldera feel a little bit less like you're running a marathon around the map, which is super nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, with the Warzone changes, I mean, there's tons of stuff coming. There's an EMP grenade that's coming, or you can disable vehicles now. Um,
Ooh.
there's a new mode called Golden Plunder coming, where they've increased the amount of money you get, and they've increased the amount of money it takes to win and all that. Um, in Fortune's Keep, they're gonna have uh, new features like a black market run contract where you have a limited amount of time to get to a special black market buy station. And
Oh.
and you
That's
will be
cool.
spotted. Like you'll be put on a bounty once you activate the contract, so people will be going for you. But if you get there and you can get to the buy station and buy something, then the items in the buy station, there's a lot of items in the buy station that aren't available in regular buy stations or on the ground.
Ooh,
Um,
interesting.
so it's a really good incentive if you can get it. Like,
But yeah, I feel like all these improvements will make Warzone a little bit better. Maybe hopefully people will see that and come back, but we'll have to see. COD has a lot of ground to make up from where they're at right now. So, Deception, you dropped out of the call, homie?
why did Discord just randomly broke?
Oh,
What happened?
I don't know, but as I was saying, like the changes that they're going through right now, like I feel like are good. Like they're the things that people want. I don't know if it's too little, too late, or hopefully to bring people back. But they have a lot of like ground to make up with bringing
I
people
mean,
back
even
in the
if it
game.
is too little, too late, I feel like they're doing some of this stuff to set up for Warzone too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like some of this stuff they're trying, and they're like, let's just see what we can put in this Warzone and see if people like it, and then we'll throw it in Warzone too if they like it. Um, which is nice. Uh, one of the things that, because I mean, I don't know how much you'll be struggling for money on Fortune's Keep. I would assume you might not be, but there are going to be things they're called broken ATMs, and if you run up to them, like you could just get you just get money. You can literally just rob an ATM,
So
which is
is this
pretty
like
interesting.
GTA but Warzone?
I
Question mark.
don't. I mean, I mean, Fortune's Keep is an abandoned town, so
Ah, okay.
um, so yeah,
Cool.
you'll be able to get some extra money from that.
Like
But
that.
it's gonna be interesting. I can't really tell you if Fortune's Keep is gonna be good or if it's gonna be trash, but we'll find out in half an hour. Um, actually, it's gonna be like 15 minutes now.
So
But
that'll be
it's
interesting. I mean, I won't be able. We won't be able to play because we'll be finishing up the podcast. But we'll probably see a lot of stuff on the interwebs. People are really
I'll be
fast
playing it
about
after
that.
the podcast, so we're good.
Yeah, but I feel like people have gotten really good at just like putting out content as quickly as possible when it comes to new seasons and stuff because they have to
Yeah.
be like the competition. I say that word lightly because we shouldn't be like competing with our fellow creators because we're all trying to reach one goal. But the competition of especially when a new season drops of a game, like you know, getting people to watch your video, it's
A lot of it was something big happens is who's going to get the coverage first.
Yep.
Like, because usually the person that gets coverage first, if they get something that nobody else has gotten, or if they're the first to get to something,
Yeah.
they're gonna benefit greatly,
Yeah.
especially when it's like Warzone or like Modern Warfare 2 news and stuff like that. Like if you can hit
For
something
sure.
before everybody else does,
It's like
you're gonna reap the rewards.
it's like a race, and whoever gets there first gets the benefit of it. And like a
Yeah.
lot of people, a lot of people have a good following where like people like what's his face? Like Chaos.
Chaos X Silencer.
Yeah. He has
The
like a
guy who
really
called Keynote or Toten the greatest zombies map of all time.
yeah. Well, there's people like, like him and like other really big Call of Duty creators that like they don't have to rush anymore. They have a very defined following that will like watch their video no matter what.
Yeah.
But like it's the people that are like at our level or like a step above that don't have a super huge following that are still like building their brand
I
and
would
who they
say
are.
anybody under like 500,000 subscribers are the
Yeah.
people that are like really pushing.
Yeah, they grind because you have to. Like you have to because if your video is not one of those top people, you know, then like it'll just get overlooked in general. But if you're like you get your
Yeah.
video out first, because people will be searching season 4 news on YouTube as soon as it drops, because one, people are at work, people, may not have the opportunity to play the game today, people are at school and they want to know before they hop on. Like
Yeah.
the faster you get it out, better.
It's the same thing about the meta too, because I mean, they put in a metric ton of buffs and nerfs and changes into the patch notes, and I'm sure that like somebody who's got all their guns leveled and somebody who can get to the new guns first, they're gonna be posting videos about it when nobody else has it, and everybody else is gonna be watching it because
Yeah.
they're gonna want to find out.
That's why I like that's why when when Vanguard dropped, I saw a bunch of TikToks like, you know, don't forget if your significant other plays Call of Duty, you won't see them for 2 weeks. It was pretty funny. I laughed a lot at that and I sent it to Rick.
Did you know? Oh, I mean, Wyatt said it in chat, but I just looked. Quick little leak. The DMZ Tarkov type mode that they're doing for Modern Warfare 2 is still going to be free to play, but now they are saying that it's not going to release till 2023, and that kind of makes sense that they didn't talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, it does make sense. Personally, I don't care when it comes out. I just when it does come out, I want it to be, you know.
Dude, my Discord is bugging. What is happening? It's so weird.
Yeah, bro, it's interesting.
It's so weird. But yeah, it makes sense that they didn't talk about it now, because it kind of like the rumor was that DMC was dropping with the launch of the game in beta, which I mean that could still happen, but I mean the leakers are usually right. Uh, but it makes sense that they didn't talk about it if it was still gonna launch,
Yeah.
because I mean it's right. I'm guessing that the DMZ is just, it's probably like such a sensitive thing that they want to just make sure that they've got it right because it's really big. I mean, apparently they've been developing this thing for 4.5 years, so I can
Yeah.
understand they want to try to make it as perfect as possible. It's the same thing about the map editor too. It came out
Uh-huh.
a couple days ago that there's a possibility that the map editor might not come out until about 6 months into the game.
Yeah.
Fair. Uh,
6 months. Too late, I think. Map editor should come out when people
well, the
get
game
time
is
off.
going to be out for 2 years, so.
Oh, that's true. Makes sense. I mean, I guess that
Because
fits in the
that's what
timeline.
Wyatt said at first, and I was just like, we got to keep in mind that this game is gonna be out for 2 years. Um,
Yeah. I guess it
it's
fits with
all
the
it's all
timeline.
but certain that we're gonna have a 2 year life cycle for this game. So there is quite a bit of room for stuff to come out and it not be so bad that it's delayed.
That makes sense.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, for sure. Um, but yeah, back to like all the season 4 stuff. I mean, obviously there's new guns. There's a new SMG and a new LMG coming. Uh, at launch of this season for Vanguard, which is nice. Apparently, the SMG can be akimbo, which might be devastating for the meta of Warzone, because the SMG is supposed to be good at hip fire and it can be made dual wield. So we might have a
It
problem
might be
there.
a little dangerous.
Yeah, especially considering how good the PBSH hip fire build is. Um, but I mean, there's new guns. We'll obviously have to unlock those through the battle pass and level them and all that. Uh, there's new operators. Uh, on the Vanguard side, there's new maps coming to Vanguard. There's a map called Desolation that's coming out. It looks pretty. I don't know how the map layout is, but it looks like a pretty looking map. It looks nice. And USS Texas from Vanguard or from World War II is coming back. It's
Oh?
called USS Texas 1945.
Ah.
and it's interesting. That was a really good map for S&D. The pros played that in World War II, but I mean, it's literally just you're just on a ship, so that's it's interesting that it took them this long to start putting maps from World War II in when that could have been really useful for them to do that from the jump, but
Yeah, but
I don't really know what's going on with Vanguard anymore. It is what it is.
it is.
But finally, for what feels like the first time in 6 months, we have actual big zombies in news for Vanguard. Uh, Shino Numa Reborn is coming in half an hour. Well, in like 10 minutes.
Oh,
They are actually bringing round-based zombies to Vanguard.
as of today,
Yeah, it
are you gonna
drops in
play?
8 minutes.
Are you gonna play Deception?
It depends on how long we play Fortune's Keep, but I'm either gonna play it today or I'll play it tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna give it a good shot. It's round-based zombies. Round-based zombies rarely fails. If I'm gonna give it a good shot, and we're gonna see if it's actually good or not. I'm gonna give it more than just a few playthroughs. You know, it's the regular round-based on Shinonuma, which is a classic
Yo,
map
AJ,
from
thank you
World
so
at
much for
War.
the tier 1 sub for 17 months.
We're
Let's
gonna have
go.
there's a Wonderwaff quest. There's a full Easter egg quest apparently. They're saying it's a full Easter egg quest, but who knows? But there's apparently quite a bit of stuff to do, and you can just go through the rounds. You don't have to go back to somewhere else and go to the multiplayer maps and all that. Um, it's gonna be it's definitely gonna be interesting. I'm gonna try it. I hope it's good because I really would like to play zombies again
Yeah,
in a current COD. It feels weird not playing zombies in Vanguard, but Vanguard zombies is just so bad as of right now, 8 minutes before it comes out.
yeah.
But we'll see. Um, and apparently, I mean, everybody thought that this was the last round-based map, but Treyarch seems to be alluding to the fact that there might be at least one more round-based map coming to Vanguard before the life cycle's over. Um, so maybe they've put a bunch of time into this, and maybe they're gonna try to invest in it, and
Miss you
hopefully
too,
it works out.
AJ. I'm doing pretty freaking
Um,
good. I hope you're doing good too, man.
I want the best for zombies because I love zombies like a lot. I just hope that this is good and it's not disappointing.
Yeah,
Um,
I
I mean, if it's
it's
disappointing, then so be it. I'll just go play the old zombies. But if it's good, then you might catch me grinding that quite a bit.
ooh, Deception playing zombies again. Let's
I mean,
go.
I still wanna go for Dark Ether. I'm trying to give them every reason to let me go for Dark Ether. And if this round based experience is really good, then I might have to.
I
But
listen, man. You back on zombies? The world is right. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I'm trying.
I know.
I mean, and there's other stuff too that I could play with zombies. I mean, obviously there's Cold War zombies, which I still really like. Um, I'm trying to get more people into playing that because it's just really fun. Uh, you know, there's BO3 zombies uh with all the mods and stuff
Mhm.
on PC, which is great. Uh, and there's Plutonium Black Ops 1 just dropped, so there's yet another iteration of zombies that I can play for free that is really fun. I've been playing that a little bit off stream at when I got back. Um, but I'm trying to show support to the current zombies, and it's hard with Vanguard, but we'll see. I'm definitely I'm looking forward to it, whether that's a good or a bad thing. I mean, I want it to be good.
Yeah. As you should.
Um,
It's good to have hopes.
I mean, it's just like I definitely don't think that Vanguard killed zombies, but like it's really sad seeing that the community just not playing it. Like there's so few people that play Vanguard zombies, but maybe that'll change here. I think that for a lot of people it might be too little too late for them to do round based, but But you know me, I'm always hopping on and keeping hope no matter what happens. I did that with World War II, and they dropped the overhaul, and it was fantastic. So we'll see.
I'm excited. I think that, you know, maybe I don't know. I think after these past few, you know, um updates, like COD has been it's been getting better. Like they've actually been listening and I mean, I don't know how the game plays. I haven't played in forever, but just from like an outside perspective, um like I have some hope. I
We'll
have
see.
hope.
I mean, I don't know how often I'll be hopping into Vanguard multiplayer for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
It's just kind of stale now, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with zombies because I really like I said, I'm trying to give them every reason to get me to grind zombies because I grinding zombies is one of the most fun experiences that I can have.
Oh yeah. Man. I hope it's good for you. Hope
I
it's
mean,
good.
hey, yeah, I mean, I've been having a whole lot of fun with Wyatt and them on Warzone. So if it ain't fun, then I'll just go back to Warzone. I mean, I got
Makes
over
sense.
200 wins now. We're vibing on Warzone, so we're good.
What's up? Alrighty. Anything else? Anything CDL wise that's been going on?
Well, CDL champs got announced.
Ooh, I saw that. I saw
Uh,
that.
CDL champs is back in LA again. Definitely not the best move for them, but they're gonna do what they're gonna do apparently. Uh, but yeah, CDL champs got announced. It's gonna be on August 4th through August 7th in LA. Um, Tickets go on sale June 30th for anybody that has $2 million to be able to go to LA and watch it. Uh, because with the economy right now, I don't know how many people are gonna show up, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, Challengers finals are also going to be there, um, and they're gonna have 8 teams just like champs. So that's going to be pretty fun to watch. The challengers stuff that happened in Major 3 was really interesting. So hopefully they uh, hopefully they can bring something nice to champs as well. And with Major 4 coming up, which actually the matches start this weekend, so that's going to be fun. Um, But one of the interesting things that I'll bring up with challengers um is the fact that this is really weird. Me and Wyatt talked about this,
Mhm.
and this is like apparently the league has stepped in by now about it. But essentially what happened is Censor contacted um someone and his challengers team as apparently went to represent Latin America, which it doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world, but you got to think like his challengers team is like pretty good.
Yeah.
Like they're probably not the best challengers team in NA, but compared to the Latin American competition, they're probably gonna smoke them.
Oh yeah.
Like it's probably not gonna be much competition,
Mm-mm.
and that
That's
sounds
not
really
fair.
sketchy.
Yeah.
Sounds like Censor trying to get a free ring, right?
Yeah. It really
Like,
does.
but apparently the league stepped in on it. I haven't really kept up with it lately. I don't know if anything else has come out about it, but apparently the league is trying to intervene, but we'll see. Um, but I mean, with the rest of the CDL, um, there have been some roster changes and rumors. A lot of rumors are pointing to uh, Major Maniac and Asim going to Florida. Um, which is interesting. Vivid has already left Florida and signed with Boston. So now 3/4 of that initial Washington CDL team is on Boston Breach. Um, Asim did end up leaving LA Gorillas.
Oh,
Um,
you know why?
yeah. So basically, what happened is I'm gonna pull up the LA Gorillas thing because we're gonna look at it. So what happened is Asim left, and Neptune and Spart signed with LAG. I mean, Spart was already there, but Neptune and Spart are gonna be in the starting lineup. Asim is completely gone, and Gunless is on the bench again. So that's
Damn.
super interesting. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Asim. See if he goes to another team.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, apparently a lot of teams have been having trials and stuff like that. Um, but there's been a lot of rumors, to say the least, and there's also been a lot of stuff surrounding Optic Texas, because it's really like it's really back and forth with Illy right now about playing.
Yeah, because of his thumb,
Currently,
right?
well, because what happened was they did sign Prolute for the rest of the season,
Uh-huh.
just in case. So he's on the bench, just in case, on standby.
Yeah.
And over the last couple of weeks, it's been really back and forth. Like they announced that Illy was back, and they never really said anything after that. Apparently, he played, but now the issue in his thumb is not pain. It's a range of motion issue. He talked about this yesterday in a video. Apparently, it's an issue with the range of motion of his thumb because of the bump. It's causing tendons to come together, which is reducing the overall range of motion. And it's not really hurting him to play, but it's making it harder for him to do a lot of the stuff he does in game. Um,
Okay.
so he's gonna sit out again. He said that a procedure would take about a month to recover from, so he's gonna sit out again and try, I guess, evaluate it, see what can be done. And Prolute is gonna play at least probably through Major Four qualifiers, maybe into Major Four, but of course, the ultimate goal this whole time, and Rambo said it from the beginning, is champs.
Yeah.
Like he said, it doesn't matter where we place in the majors. Like we have to show up for champs, and we want to win champs,
Yeah.
or it's a disappointment. So, I mean, I would much rather have them,
At their
take pro loot through the major and all that, and have Illy for champs, than try to put Illy in to win the major, and then he might be out for champs. So.
yeah.
Currently, Illy's back out again, but we'll see. I mean, Prolu did pretty well with them. I mean, they didn't perform the greatest at the major, but they did really well in the qualifiers. So we'll see if they can. We'll see if they can step it up a little bit um, with him. I mean, Prolude's definitely probably the best guy for their team with the sub, because so using General as the sub just didn't really work. Um, Rambo talked about it. Somebody asked Rambo about what was up with the general and like why they took him off.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that General is more of a guy that you're gonna build a team around rather than somebody you're just gonna slot into a team as a substitute. So they uh they pulled Prolude in and he's been doing a great job. So hopefully,
That's good.
like I said, hopefully they step it up for this major. Um,
It's exciting. I mean, you know, we'll hopefully, and it's not exciting, but it's exciting for Polut that he gets to, shine on a really good team. And, I don't know. One of the things is like, Illy, if they do bring him back for champs, um, then like he's gonna have to. So like if they bring Illy back for champs, like one thing to keep in mind is the fact that he hasn't been playing. You know what I mean? Because like he should be resting completely from gaming, right? To help heal faster. But
Well, the thing is with the surgery is if he says that they do a procedure and it takes a month to heal, then he would theoretically be healed and pretty ready to go right after Major Four. And right after Major Four, there's nothing till champs. So he has a whole month basically to practice.
Well, if he did it right now, like this week or next week, right, he'd be okay. But if he waited, right, like the recovery time would be just before champs.
Yeah.
So you'd have to. This is like one of those things that you'd have to, decide now and hope for the best outcome. And I mean, they been doing pretty good pro loot on their team. Like they have.
Yeah, they did really well in Major 3 qualifiers. It's just they just faltered a little bit at the major. But I mean, it was pretty sure that was one of, if not the first time that Prolute had ever played on a big LAN like that. It might
Mm-hmm.
have been. It's one of the first times he ever played on a big LAN like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he did win Challengers Champs last year, but I mean, playing a major with CDL teams is much different.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, it's not really. I don't think it was really on any of them that they played the way they did. They just got to step it up, and I feel like it almost helps them playing with Prolute because I feel like the more chemistry they build with Prolute, the better he's going to end up being as a sub. And it's like if they play well with him at Major 4, even if Illy comes back at Champs, I could easily see them just signing him like on a multi-year contract as a sub. Um, because he's definitely like I definitely think that he's the best fit player for their team.
For sure. Well, I mean, obviously we want them at their fighting strength going into champs, but I mean, in the end, I'll be all like, we've said this multiple times in the podcast. Health comes first, and if Illy overdoes it, he may not be able to, you know, get back. There's only so much surgery can do or procedure. Anyway, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this has been a really good CDO season, and I haven't really been watching, but I don't know. I'm just not vibing it, but um, I think champs will be very interesting, to say the least.
It's just gonna be. I think Champs is gonna be a good time. I hope that the competition is as good as it has been. Um, and I hope that despite not having the bottom four teams, that they
Mm-hmm.
still make a really good
Oh yeah,
tournament out of it. Um, it's just it's just the I think the main thing about the COD League this year is the game, not the competition. I feel like that's why people aren't watching. Because like,
the game is just not,
I mean, if we had this competition last year on Cold War, I mean, we'd have so many viewers. Like it'd be blowing up.
or even on like
But like with,
MW, like even on MW, that would have been really good.
I feel like if MW would have been 4v4, it would have been better. But
Alas, it was not.
because I heard, there's a lot of back in the off season before Cold War, and even before Vanguard, they were having like they would have MW tournaments, but it would be 4v4 instead of 5v5. And I heard people say that 4v4 was still not that great compared to like other competitive CODs, but it was a lot better than what 5v5 was.
There's only so much we can do. We're not in charge, so not really much we can do. We can just speak, just say. We can't really do
Speak
anything.
out about it and see what happens.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna have to cut this one short. I know we wanted to talk about a couple other things, but I gotta go do some stuffs. This is also my day off. It's my one day that I've been home in like a week and a half. So, um, anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the podcast. If you guys aren't already, follow myself and Deception on all of our platforms: Twitch, Twitter, etc., etc. This podcast is available wherever you find your podcast. If you type it in, you will find it. Just type in Climb Together Podcast and it'll pop right up for you. We are the only one that is a Climb Together podcast and it'll show right up. I promise you. Promise you that. But that just says this has been episode 30. Woot woot. Hell yeah. 30 episodes. That's
We're
that's
nearly
pretty
a
cool.
third of the way to 100.
I know. We're getting there, bro. We're getting there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Make sure you follow the podcast, like the podcast, Comment if you have any questions you want us to answer on the next episode. We we used to do them quite often, but we really don't get many questions. So give us some questions. We'll answer them, whether it's gaming or, content creation related or this, that, and the other. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.